Good morning. It's Saturday morning. I want to ask you a favor. If you are not, or if you don't consider yourself to be at high risk for this virus, or you're not sick now with some other ailment, please consider coming to worship Sunday morning. There'll be a lot of people there, a lot of people that have really missed you, a lot of people that want to worship and fellowship with you. Please think about it. That is a serious request. This week I was going through some old links and videos that I have, and I ran across a link to an old video that was about a lion hunt in Africa. These guys were hunting this lion, and they shot this lion probably 100 yards away, knocked the lion down. Then the lion gets up and he turns and he runs and charges right at these hunters. They're shooting at him as he's approaching, and you see the dust flying, so they're missing the lion. And he comes and he leaps right between the group and smacks one guy in the shoulder. They continue to shoot. They're lucky they didn't shoot each other because they're on both sides of this lion. And they finally get the lion, but it was a real close call. Made me remember what Peter writes. Peter says to be self-controlled and alert. Your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, looking for someone to devour. I've often wished that Satan would just come at me face to face. Like he'd come like that lion, roaring and charging right at me, where I could see his attack coming. I believe it'd be easier for me to defeat him that way than the way that he attacks. Peter said that he prowls around. You ever watch a cat sneaking up on a bird or a squirrel or something in the yard? You ever watched videos of Africa and the animal will be sitting there with its head down drinking water, and that's when the lion attacks. When the prey is not ready for the attack. I really wish he'd come face to face, head on. But you know what I find? I find that the devil attacks me when I'm frustrated or depressed, when I've been lulled to sleep by this life, when I'm aggravated, either at something that I've failed to do right or something else that didn't go right, when I just drift away from my good habits of prayer and study and fellowship with my brothers and sisters. It's always not when I am alert and ready. It's a surprise. I wake up tomorrow and realize the devil won that battle. It doesn't happen when I'm standing there facing him face to face in the full armor of God, ready for his attack. It's when he sneaks up. This morning I want to read from Ephesians chapter 6, beginning in verse 10. Listen to these words. Finally, be strong in the Lord and in his mighty power. Put on the full armor of God so that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in heavenly realms. Therefore, put on the full armor of God so that when the day of evil comes, you may be able to stand your ground. And after you have done everything to stand, stand firm then with the belt of truth buckled around your waist, with the breastplate of righteousness in place, and with your feet fitted with the readiness that comes from the gospel of peace. In addition to all this, take up your shield of faith, with which you can extinguish all the flaming arrows of the evil one. Take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the Word of God. And pray in the Spirit on all occasions with all kinds of prayers and requests. With this in mind, be alert and always keep on praying for all the saints. Stay ready with the full armor of God. Be safe. Stay well out there.